and Rashford was too narrow, then the ball over the top, and then they were out. Like we just got outdone, and that's the thing. Well, I agree with Owen 100% there. Where it's so alarming how many other managers / teams can just work us out, and we're very easy to play against. No team respects us. They shouldn't because of how bad we've been. I get that, but that there is one of the biggest problems. Managers go, we can have a go at them. We can. Russell Martin, they've been shit. Yeah, trying to play out from the back. Players that are not good enough. I watched them against Brentford, so I covered that game on TalkSport, and it was in Mbeumo and Wissa and them, man. They was trying to pass out from the back, with subpar players, no disrespect, because they probably do a job on us, but they can't do it. Like Burnley last year, trying to do this type of football, bro, it's the Premier League. I bet you any money, Russell Martin was saying, listen, I know that this, that, and the other, but this is a fragile Man United. Come into our place, still play your football. We'll get out. We'll play out their press. We will. Because once we do, as we've seen, there's enough. He will show them Fulham. He'll show them Burnley. He'll show them Liverpool. He'll show them Newcastle. Every game we've lost, all the games. And he will say, look at this analysis. You get that pass, you beat that first press, you're in, you're gone. So that's all we got to do. Kyle Walker-Peters, all you got to do is that, mate. Joe Aribo, I tell you what, get on a half. All you got to do is that, and we're in. He would tell them to play the same way, and we will see alarming things.
And he also showed them that let's say for that game we actually play quite well. Let's say we're a couple of goals ahead. He'll show them when we beat Wolves last season. Actually, go, you can be like quite far behind. You get a goal, you'll be right back in it. They'll collapse super quick. That's what they'll do. That's what they'll do. So that's why I say in that game.
So why are you lot still hanging tight then with all that knowledge, with all that thing that you're saying now? Like, how are you not more, this guy has to leave right now?
Yeah, because that's what people are saying. They're saying you're identifying all of the bad things, but you still want him to do well. And you know why? For me, I'll say first, for me, and you could call it stupidly or whatever, I do think, again, if you're going to allow somebody the time to say, go and fix that thing, you can't give them 3 games. It's not fair. Like, they're still not players back yet. The new signings still haven't got to grips with what's going on. Whether it's Ten Hag's fault or not, the team's still not settled in terms of who he's picking because of Ugate's late in. De Ligt need to get up to speed. We saw with Joshua Zirkzee, maybe that's why he didn't start the first 2 games, by the way. Didn't look ready. So there's still some things there where, although I'm saying all this because I can see this with my own eyes from a tactical point of view, I'm not naive enough to think that means you should just sack him now. No, he's still... work at it. I still believe you can work at this thing. I still believe players can get confident. I still believe that players need to get up to speed. Once they're all back in, like this is why we're saying what you're saying, KG, the November time, the Christmas time, that's enough time for Luke Shaw to get back in, for Mason Mount to get back fit again, for Rasmus Højlund to get back fit. Lenny Yoro, cool. I get it. He's a young kid, might not come straight back in anyway. So that's a bit of we'll see anyway. And he's out till later on this year anyway. And just the consistency with building your squad, like you told us, Eric. You told me as a Man United fan, and you pushed back to journalists last year and said, what did he say? Well, you don't know anything about football. You don't know anything about football if you think that with these types of injuries, I can do anything. No problem, Eric. I'll get behind that. That was harsh last year. And we spent 200 million. So I'm not just going to give you 3 games with the new signings. Although it's alarming, I'm going to stick by you. It's going to hurt, but I'm going to stick by you and say, fix it. And I've got to give you longer than 3 games. That's why I'm still here.
Okay.
For me, my thing's more just, look, I'm not going to flip-flop all the time, I had massive criticisms of him towards the end of last season. I didn't think he could turn it around. I'm still not sure if he can because of stubbornness. But I did say towards the end of last season, after we won the FA Cup, for me, and this is just my opinion, that meant he deserved to have another go at it. And to be fair, even the sort of quite staunchest Erik Ten Hag defenders were like, well, give him another go at it. And if it's not good by Christmas, then yeah, he should go. Well, Christmas, actually, I know it's just beginning of September, but that will turn around very, very quick in football. So when we say he deserves another go at it, this is another go at it. And to Flex's point, another go at it isn't 3 games. Another go at it is until November, December time, and then you reassess is what it is. So yeah. I still think he earned the right at the end of last season to have another go. I don't think he will be afforded the same luxuries that he was last season in terms of he was fortunate that he didn't get the sack because there was a lot going on. That won't happen this time around. So I think he'll be under pressure. But as far as he needs to go or he should go or whatever, I'm not going to do that because, like I said, I even said like a couple of months ago, that he deserves another go. And another go for me, anyway, is not 3 games. Another go to me is around November, December time.
10 to 15 games.
So I think that's your bread and butter in a season.
So my reason literally is I believe that the players improve. So I do believe that the partnerships that we are trying to develop, like it's a shame because Lissandro hasn't started well, but I think him and De Ligt should be able to form a good partnership. I'm actually liking the look of Delo on the left-hand side. He's not doing anything that I haven't seen Shaw. He's not making any mistakes that I haven't seen Shaw not make, if that makes sense. Like Shaw does. We've lost games with Shaw there anyway, in that same pattern, in that same way. I like Delo's, some of the crosses, like the early ones that he's able to play. I think that should be better. Ugarte, there's a lot of, and again, it's hope and praise situation, but Ugarte, there's a lot of hope that he can be that block that we needed in that midfield to get the best out of the Brunos and Cobbies of this world.
I'm scared for that though, man. I am scared.
I know
I just don't know how one man can do it with playing like this.
It's putting a lot on that one player, but then like them transformative signings. And I know, obviously,
I know
when you do look at Arsenal, Arsenal's already like they're coming along a long way already. But then Declan Rice just provided some solidity. Like you put him in there and said, they look a bit more like they look solid. They look harder to beat now.
But the difference was that their basis was still really good.
It's like Liverpool with Alisson and Van Dijk, wasn't it? You know what I mean? They were already getting to like Champions League finals or whatever, and you add in Alisson because why did they lose that first Champions League final? Goalkeeper shit. Carrier
settings.
Put in Alisson, one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Oh, we're way better now. You know what I mean? But it feels like with United, it doesn't feel like that though. With United, this is why I say with like Ugarte, it doesn't feel like let's just put someone in that's going to win the ball back more often because that's what Ugarte will do. Put more tackles in. That's great. I mean, he might get a bit better, but
you're talking about the synergy with him and Bruno. No, but you're talking about maybe that's the player that him, Bruno, and Kobe can really have a good relationship with. Like
that's what I mean, KG. I don't think we put in. I don't think it is like FIFA and we put them in and suddenly the chemistry lines start going green on everyone. You know what I mean? I don't think we'll probably get better, but I don't think it's. I think it's more than just a personnel issue. Put it that way.
It's the whole setup.
Think,
I think with Ugarte, we will see. I think we said it on Flex KG show, innit? I think we will see some individual passages where we go, that bit there he just did is better than Casemiro can do in that bit.
Because we saw it with Mount. We saw it with Mount. One thing we did do something is when we had Mount in there, there wasn't all these gaps